Hello and welcome to TA for Traders. It's Thursday the 7th of December. In this video we're going to look at the charts on the British pound against the US dollar. Now when you look at charts and do technical analysis, there are times when the longer term picture on the charts looks different to the short term picture, and that's what we're seeing with the British pound at the moment. On the weekly charts, it looks good. It's bouncing off moving averages and looks like it's set for 140. However, on the shorter term charts, especially the 4-hour charts, it's rolled down. The moving averages are moving downwards. They're going to be resistance. It looks like it's going lower. Let's look at those charts. So starting here with the weekly, so each candle represents 1 week's trade, and you can see that the 20-week moving average has been a solid support right from April this year. It gave support there, and then it gave support back in June, August, and through October, and in the start of November. And that is a solid support line, presently at 131.98. You can see that we had a flag on this long-term, on the weekly long-term chart. We've bounced from there. One would really hope that would break into new ground, and it does look like the resistance at 140 is beckoning. One slight concern will be around the 136 level. If we go back up there, we could have a potential double top, but let's wait for that to see what happens. Momentum on this weekly is still okay. You can see we're in a shortish term uptrend. The RSI is above 50, 58.34. And on the MACD, the short term has just gone back above the longer term, but they're above zero, so indicative again of positive momentum. Moving on to the daily, and here you can see that the flag was broken to the upside. It looks very much like we're creating another flag down now. That will find support at the moving averages. The 20 is at 133.14 and the 50 at 132.35 will give support. We didn't have a golden cross when the 20 crossed the 50 as the 50 was moving down, but it's still, they're both still supportive as they are now both back moving upwards. Momentum, slight differential to the weekly in that we're in a short-term downtrend. However, it is still above 50, 58.09, and the MACD short term is just marginally above the longer term, although that looks like it's going to unwind tomorrow, but they are above zero, so still indicative of some upside momentum. Looking at this chart, as I said, I expect this to be confirmed as a flag and then for a further break to the upside, and one would hope for it to then break through the 136 resistance to not create that double top. However, on the shorter term chart here, the 4-hour, you can see that we've actually come back below the moving averages. The 50 did give some support for a day, then it subsided a couple of days ago, and now is actually we're getting resistance from the down tracking 20 average, which is at 134.24, and gave the resistance this morning on the rally. One would hope we can get back above the 50, close above there on a 4-hour. Then that could give the push up into the resistance. Still could be a flag, but just slight concerns on this 4-hour that we are below those moving averages, and it would become a concern, especially if that 50 starts to roll over. You can see that there is negative momentum on this 4-hour. RSI in a downtrend and down at 47.58. Really need to break back above 50 over today, which would break that downtrend. And the MACD are tracking below zero, short term below longer term, indicative of that short term momentum. But you can see just the short term is moving, starting to move back upwards. Okay, looking at the support and resistance levels. We've got resistance from the high of the 1st of December, 135.50. Then the high of 22nd September, 135.96. With supports at the 20-day, 133.13. And the 50-day, 132.34. So that's been TA for traders looking at the pound against the dollar. I said it was a bit of a mixed picture between the weeklies and the 4-hour charts. The longer picture does look better than the short term. Weekly looks like it's heading to 140, but the 4-hour chart a concern as those moving averages, especially if that 50 moving average on the 4-hour rolls over. The daily has moving average for those 20 and 50-day supports, and hopefully this week's consolidation will be confirmed as a flag. Thanks for watching the video. Please remember that I do these videos on YouTube for information only, and they are not an investment recommendation.